Grahamstown to apply to the Department for Financial and Marketing Support. Officials say the application process is open to groups and individuals who have already registered and have been approved to perform on the fringe at the Grahamstown National Arts Festival. Now, this year's edition will be held from the 30th of June to the 11th of July in Grahamstown and promises to be another amazing celebration of the best in performance, visual arts in South Africa. All right, tell us more about the fund. We're joined from our Durban studios by the Manager of Arts and Living Cultures, Parks, Recreation and Culture Unit at the Ethekwinini Municipality, Themba Mchunu. Sir, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. How are you, Lebo?
I'm good, thank you. All right, talk to us about this fund. Interested groups and individuals taking part in the National Arts Festival. What is this fund about?
Okay, well, usually as Ethekwinini Municipality Parks, Recreation and Culture Unit, we support artists, obviously theatre of all genres. It could be physical theatre, drama, dance, you name it, or comedy. So in the past few years, what we've been doing, we've been taking a number of productions from Grahamstown that have been accepted. Obviously, people need to have applied before they can actually be considered for funding from our side. So the fund really covers their traveling, it covers their accommodation, also the marketing that they need before they go to Grahamstown as well as when they're in Grahamstown.
What criteria will be used to select the productions that will then receive the funding?
The criteria is quite simple. I mean, firstly, we want people who have already applied and have been accepted in Grahamstown to participate in the Fringe Festival. And secondly, obviously, people who will apply, will send in their profiles, will send in also letters of motivation. Also, we encourage people, to get people who know them. This could be members of the community. Those could be people that they work with in the industry who can testify on the kind of work that they've been doing. Because for us, it's not just merely taking productions there, but we are also saying the people we are supporting, they have to be people who are part and parcel of actually growing a eThekwini creative arts sector.
And why, in your opinion, is it important for Durban to have, substantial representative at National Arts Festival?
Well, the National Arts Festival, we all know, I mean, this is the breeding ground for young up-and-coming artists. So really, everyone wants to be there. This is a platform where people can really showcase their talent, to not only people, nationals, but international as well, if they're lucky enough. I mean, for example, one of the productions that we supported last year, which is Beach Stole My Duke, we all know, I mean, it came back with the Standard Ovation Award. So we are saying, for us to be able to see the kind of investment that we are making in the performing arts sector, in eThekwini in particular, we also, paying attention to the kind of return on our investment. Obviously, this is not about people, giving us back what we invest in them, but we want to see them make money and actually live out of their car, because this is work. I know currently there's been this conversation that, this falls under entertainment, but for us, where we stand, it is not. People are working, people are making a living, so we are treating it as such. So hence we want to create that environment for this art sector to flourish and not just to be stagnant.
And why specifically focus on a production that is on the fringe? Is it a case of mainstream theatre has already got so much exposure that the municipality has decided maybe fringe needs more attention?
We pretty much are focusing on development on our side. The idea is that once we have supported these up-and-coming, artists, maybe for a year or 2 or 3, then they should be in the position, therefore, if they get accepted in the main, then they should be able, to either fund themselves in one way or the other. But we are pretty much focusing on the young, up-and-coming talent. But it's not limited only to that. So if people still want to, those who are on the main still want to apply, we will consider them. Obviously, we'll look at different things, when it pertains to them. But pretty much currently, we are really focusing on, it could be students who have just graduated, it could be community-based organizations, or from the community arts centers, or from the other theaters that are in and around Durban. So we're really just wanting to make sure that we grow the sector. So those who've been there for years, who already know how to get funding from other sources, we are saying, well done, they can continue doing that. But those who still need some kind of assistance to get to that level, we are focusing on those at the moment.
All right, let's talk numbers. How much are we talking about per production, and what can these costs cover?
Okay, it differs because currently now we are at the phase where we are accepting applications. I mean, last year, when we talk numbers, we spent about 480,000 rands for the productions that we took. So we don't know where we're sitting this year, because also, there's a process that also in the municipality we go through. Once we have selected those productions that are going, therefore we look at the numbers, therefore we write motivations to council to say, we would love to support these productions. This is how much it's going to cost us, and therefore the approvals are made, and then the numbers are made available. But pretty much that's where we're looking at. It could be in the ranges of 300 to 400,000. We don't know, because transport is quite expensive, accommodation is quite expensive. Also, they are marketing before, and when they get there, it's also quite expensive. So we're just gonna, play by the end, see what happens once we have received the applications.
All right, Themba, before I let you go, give us details. Is it an email address or a website that these potential applicants can access?
Yes, the contact person is Pumelele Mieza. So her email address is pumelele.mieza@durban.gov.za, and people can also reach us on 031 311 2410. And they'll be directed to the right office as well.
All right, Themba Mchunu, thank you so much for talking to us. He's the Manager of Arts and Living Cultures, Parks, Recreation and Culture Unit at the Ethekwinini Municipality. His department is inviting interested groups and individuals from Ethekwini who are taking productions to the National Arts Festival 2016 to apply to the department for financial and marketing support. All right, let's take a night break. After this, we say goodbye, and Birdie is going to play us out.
As stories are broken around the world, SABC makes sure you do not miss out. As the stories unfold throughout the day, News at 8 updates all newsworthy stories worldwide. Globally, we are there. Locally, we leave no story untold. Make a date with News at 8 every Saturday and Sunday on SABC News, Africa's news leader.
The big news is Newsroom.
We also stream live on YouTube.
Whether you're at home, at the office or at the gym, wherever you are, Newsroom is right there with you. Bringing you all the latest news, updates, sports, weather and everything in between. Get all the latest news you need on the go via live streaming on our YouTube channel. That's Newsroom, weekdays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC News channel.
Yeah,